Good day, everybody. We are here today for Scottie Signal, and we are speaking with Sandra Anderson, lovely Canadian, fellow Scottie owner, breeder, exhibitor, longtime STCA member, and contributor to the Scottie breed. Welcome, Sandra, Miss Anderson.
Thank you. Thank you.
So to start out today, if you wouldn't mind just telling us a little bit about you and your journey in Scotties and just how you got started with this breed.
Well, I think in the late 60s, I've always had a dog. There was a dog waiting for me when I was born. My dad tells me that's why he got a dog, because he was going to have a baby. And it wasn't a Scottie, it was a field spaniel. But however, as I got to have my own home, I wanted to have a dog. I wanted to do something with a dog, not just have a dog, but to have the dog for the children, to teach them compassion and how to care for animals.
Mhm.
And my husband and I and the children at the time went to the Canadian National Exhibition. It was called the Sportsman Show, actually, in Toronto,
Mhm.
specifically to look at the dogs. And I'm not sure if it was an actual dog show, but there were dogs there, like a dog show that as we know it, but there were dogs there. And I'll still remember in my head the picture of that Scottie trotting across a wooden floor. I must have been coming up the stairs because it seems to me that I was on the level. My eyes were on the level with that dog's feet. I must have been coming up the stairs. I just have that vision in my mind of a brindle Scottie trotting across the floor. I don't remember anything about the exhibition. I don't remember anything else, but I know that is what I want.
Mhm.
And on the way home, we have a big highway that goes all the way across Ontario and Quebec. It's a 401 highway, 4-lane highway. And at that time, the highway was being built. So there were 2 lanes that were open and 2 lanes that were under construction. And at the time, we came through Mallorytown, which is very close to where I live now. There had been an accident on the 401, and the 2 lanes that were open were now closed. So we had to go onto a highway 2.
Mhm.
And of course, with all that highway converging onto one highway, it was a very busy highway.
Yeah.
And we saw on the left hand side, which means against the flow of the traffic, a kennel in Mallorytown. And it had a sign Scottish Terriers, Yorkshire Terriers. And I mean, I might have suggested 100 times to my husband, oh, we should do this or we should do that. But this time it was, we need to turn around. Well, I'm telling you, it was quite a distance before we could get turned around. Came back, ordered a Scottish Terrier from the breeders.
Mhm.
We were to get the pick of the litter. And what did I know? Okay, they picked the litter, pick of the litter. They were people that showed dogs and had wire fox terriers, Yorkshire terriers, and Scottish terriers.
Like,
And I got my first Scottie from them,
mhm.
whose name in 1968, Tayan Comely Wee Dory, which it means little boat. And I took her to some shows, and Danica, I was so embarrassed.
Uh-oh.
This dog, it was just a pet quality. But the kids did all kinds of things with her. Had a circus, threw the hoops, everything with her. I bred her 3 times. First time she had a 10-ounce puppy by
Mhm.
cesarean. The second time she had a cesarean with a bitch.
Mhm.
And the third time she had a natural delivery, one more puppy.
Mhm.
So Mr. Tenner, the first dog she produced, he did well in Canadian shows,
Mhm.
and we didn't have to have a big entry in order to get points. So he got to have 9 points, and I took him up to the fire hall where we had our practice sessions, and somebody dragged one of the mats across the floor, and that dog just was terrified. He couldn't be recovered from that. So I just sold him as a pet. I never finished him. I said I don't need that temperament.
Right. Yeah.
So the second one I kept. Her name was Cricket's Kilt, and I bred her to a dog. I actually looked at Dog World magazine for ads where I could possibly breed my dog to. And this lady in Watertown, New York, which is about 100, maybe not even 100 miles from me, she had a dog from Mr. Fiore, and he actually had some really good dogs at that time. I'd never met the man, but Sally Williams had this dog, Fiore's, anyways, American champion. So I bred to him, kept a bitch from that, and bred her back to her grandson from the people that I got my first one from, and got my first American and Canadian champion. So that dog, that kennel name, Tayan, now is still in, I should say, business, but their daughter has been grandfathered in with the Tayan kennel name, and I gave her a Scottie.
Oh, wow.
The daughter, I gave her a Scottie, and so now she had Boston Terriers, and I said, it's time you had like a genuine dog, like a dog. And so you have this dog, and so we remain very close, and through the years I've shown, I've done scent detection, the scent detection, lots of agility with one dog in particular, always getting a canine good neighbor, a canine good citizen, I think you call it.
Yes.
I think that's important to strive for that. It's quite simple, but it's, you want your dog to be calm under certain circumstances, and it's kind of fun. Anybody can do it, I think.
Right.
And barn hunt is always good for Scotties. But I think the first time I really made any kind of I think it was an impression at Montgomery County. I had an American bred dog because I had lived in the United States at the time, in northern New York. So I put the dog, I showed the dog in the American bred class, and we got second in the American bred class. And I put the dog in the crate. I didn't know you were supposed to stay around. Anyway, the dog that won the American bred class won the points. So where's the second place? And I don't know. Where's the lady? So I went back, grabbed him. You can imagine how far I had to run to get the dog. Brought him back.
Right.
I got reserve winner's dog.
Wow.
I didn't get
it. You entered it, Montgomery County?
Not yet. I'm still debating.
No, I said that was the first time then.
Oh no. I think I had also entered the year before with probably the dog's mother. I don't remember.
Very new to it at that point for Monty.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah. Absolutely. It was.
That's quite a feat then. Reserve winner's dog the second time in.
I didn't get a picture. I didn't know that was anything. I didn't win anything.
You have to remember it up here, right?
I never got a picture, and it was Barbara Keenan was judging. Birgit won with the Democrat dog. That's who got and he went right to best of breed from the American bred class. So that was kind of interesting, and I've shown to Barbara lots of times since then. But that was that must have been almost maybe 49 years ago.
And Keenan too.
Well, I've been to Montgomery 50 times.
50 times?
Yes. And I'm in the club 52 years.
52nd year, yes.
I think so.
That's amazing. Quite the feat in those 52 years. And sure, you have seen so many changes, right?
Yes, especially in the grounds. I mean, where Montgomery County is, and what happened over the years. And I remember one year I used to travel earlier with a lady that had Westies. I said, well, I've got to start showing brindle Scotties because this woman and her chalk is driving me crazy. So if I get a little bit of powder on the dog, it's not as obvious as the black dog.
Right.
But we went to one of the Montgomery County sites, and it poured rain, and people were. That's when everybody had station wagons, and it was so muddy. They had farmers coming in with tractors pulling people out.
Oh, right.
And we were going to drive all the way back to northern New York after the show. And we were anxious to get on the road because it was going to be a long drive.
Right.
And I said, I'm going to go and fetch somebody. So I had my boots on and my Anderson kilt, and I went across and I found a guy. He said, we'll get back quicker if you don't have to walk. Get in the bucket.
Oh.
So the bucket at the front of the tractor, and I was standing in the bucket. He raised it up a bit, and we came back, and he hauled our car out, and we got home. And I don't know what he.
Was that the infamous Montgomery year? In the late 90s, or was it much earlier than that?
Before that. Before that. I've been to the mud one too. I remember the mud one. I think Vander was judging that year.
Yeah.
Of the mud that you're thinking of? Yeah, because we put cardboard boxes down and straw down.
Yeah, and then there was one right before that. But yeah. When we were still at Temple. Or still at Temple.
Yeah, I was at all of them.
That's an act in of itself, right? To attend all of those. Are you thinking of going this year?
I am. I know that I have a bitch that's worthy, but I'm just thinking that she's not quite up there where I would like her. I have another bitch that's just been bred. Well, I can't take her. She is beautiful. Like, she is my epitome. This is one that I have. I co-own with Tracy, the lady that has Tayan kennels now. She's the same age as my daughter. Same age as my daughter. Actually, she and my daughter were in junior showmanship together, even though she lived in Canada. And the funny thing is, in Mallorytown, which is 10 miles from here, you might as well say Brockville, I now live there. I now live in Brockville, and that's where I got my first Scottie, 50 some years ago.
Full circle.
Well, that's what we called the first bitch that I gave to her.
Oh,
circle round. Circle round.
Look at those. Self-fulfilling. Very cool.
Circle round to Tayan, yeah.
If you were to give advice or recommendation to somebody going to their very first Montgomery week, what would you suggest? What would be the advice?
Going to Montgomery County?
Yeah, their very first time.
With a dog?
That's maybe part of the advice or not. Would you suggest they take a dog? Not suggest they take a dog?
I would suggest that they take a dog.
Okay.
Yeah. Face the music.
Face the music. I love that. Yes. Why not?
I have been
the challenge.
I have been embarrassed the first few years because of my lack of grooming, and no one showed me how. No one mentored me. I was in upstate New York, for heaven's sake. There was nobody there to mentor me. So I was mentored by seeing the dogs that I thought looked good, that were winning, that were a good representation of the breed, whether they were under the hair or not. It was how they looked. And Monday morning, I groomed just as hard as I did on Friday morning. Right. And then it was 2 days shows, right? Saturday and Sunday, and then you go home.
Not these
so I was going to give them the advice. Don't have too high an expectation, but take everything that you can think of that you need to keep your dog comfortable, watered, have a hat, and make sure that you go early enough to get a good parking spot, because you're not going to know anything about the site or anything, and you can never be too early except if you sleep there. But yeah, and you have to go with what you have. If you whatever you have purchased or whatever you have bred, you need to go with that and make it work and meet the people, and they're wonderful. All you have to do is ask, and I think the Scottie people are really helpful and friendly. They're a little bit intense on Montgomery County morning, I say. If anybody tries to talk to me, I'll just say, just a little bit later, okay?
Right. We're in the heat of the moment. Give me a minute, right?
I mean, I've seen you too. I mean,
Yeah.
I've been in the ring with you. You're intense, and you've prepared for months for this day.
Right.
And it's only a few moments, and you got to focus.
Mm-hmm. Yep. Right.
And
All
if you
that
don't,
work and effort you've put up to, and this is your breeding stock for the year or whatever, right? Or your breeding program out on display. Mm-hmm.
yes,
Mm-hmm.
that bred by exhibitor class is, I think, at Montgomery, it's the most important class.
Mm-hmm. I agree. I agree. Right. And as you say, face the music. And right, we're all about bringing our breeding stock for judgment, right? So,
Yes,
and
that's
for
some people take that far too personally, and I think I did myself. But it takes years of realizing this is what you're doing.
mm-hmm.
You're presenting, and if I mean, I've taken a bitch, or usually I show a lot of bitches, but if I've taken a bitch or a dog and known they weren't up to it, I mean, I have won when I shouldn't have, and I've lost when I shouldn't have.
Mm-hmm.
If you've been in it a while, you have also,
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah.
you know,
Right.
and sometimes an inexperienced judge will point at you, and you think, oh dear, that poor soul, the poor soul that's in second place, she's just starting and she should be up here where I am.
Right. Mm-hmm.
So, and give encouragement to newcomers. It's important.
Definitely.
Yeah.
But you state that when you started, because of maybe logistics, right? And not many people around in upstate New York, there weren't any mentors. Do you feel like there were any individuals who impacted your kind of journey in this, or as you evolved through the sport?
I'm thinking of all the good judges that have made comments,
Mm-hmm.
but that's only a fleeting thing, isn't it?
Mm-hmm.
Time,
Mm-hmm.
like nice coat, or
Mm-hmm.
some judges don't say anything. I'm a judge myself, and I probably have sometimes said too much, but it's usually complimentary.
Mm-hmm.
It's usually complimentary. But if a person's having a difficult time, then I try to encourage them. Give them. I see most judges can tell a newcomer right away,
Right.
just by the way they go in.
Mm-hmm.
And I'll give a newcomer another down and back where I wouldn't give a pro another down and back, because I tell you to do it a certain way. If you don't do it that way, you've had lots of practice. And we'll give the person that's a newbie second chance.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Exactly. Right. Well, and then
So I,
that's what we need to do is encourage our new individuals, those who are coming into the sport, no matter their age, right?
yeah, I mean, right here in Canada, there's not that many people coming into the sport. There's a lady right now that sent me a message this morning. She wishes I was going to the Scottie picnic. She's got a couple of plants that she wants to give me, because she's been to see my garden, and now she wants to give me plants because she came and had grooming lessons, and my sitter is now wanted a Scottie, and she's had some grooming lessons, and by golly, the last show she went to, Danica, there's not a lot of dogs in our show, but I missed the entry. I didn't get in with my bitch, and it was close to home. So my sitter, who is not well endowed with funds, so to speak, so she only goes to local shows where she doesn't. She got nothing Friday. She was doing group second, and on Sunday she gets a group second.
Oh, wow.
And she had groomed the dog herself, and a stranger with a Airedale came by. They were standing behind me, and he said, "Did you groom that dog yourself?" He's an Airedale guy, and she said, "Yes." He said, "Nice job." And it's not a lot of people. You know this if you've tried to help people. Not a lot of people have stamina
Mm-hmm.
to do it. I mean,
Right.
or the artistic eye.
Mm-hmm.
They're making a picture here. And when I teach somebody how to groom, I not only tell them to do this or that, I tell them why.
Mm-hmm.
It's important you're teaching somebody to groom why they do these things. And that way in the future, they'll think about what you said. Okay, I have to take more off that shoulder because it's not smooth from the neck into the
Mhm.
down to the elbow. It's a lumpy there.
Right.
And just so that's part of what my philosophy is when I'm teaching somebody.
Mhm. It's a
Maybe
great way to teach and make an impression, right? That way they can put
I say,
meaning and purpose to it.
speak again, please.
Oh, I'm sorry, it cut out. I said that's a great way to teach. It gives meaning and purpose to what's going on.
Yes. Yeah.
It
So
makes
this is a new person that I'm just saying, I'll see the results around the Toronto area, which is really too far for me to keep going up and back to Toronto. It's just too far. But I'll see that, by golly, there she is. She got a group fourth,
yeah.
and she's just gaining. You can gain points. Can you gain points in the United States now by placing in the group,
Yes. Yes. You can now.
or just you can?
You can now. Majors and whatnot. Yeah. I think we're having a
It's
little
been
bit.
like that for quite a while here. Like if you play,
Right. Yeah, I understood that when doing the island circuit and whatnot, or going up to Lower Mainland.
yeah,
Mhm.
yeah. But yeah, that helps. But anyway, she's going towards her championship, and she just it's the dog she bought from my line. Actually, I call her a rogue breeder up northern Ontario. She was okay at first, but then I found out from this lady that she produced the dog's registration, because in Canada the priest register the dog and give the person their registration certificate.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Can you hear me all right? Because you're breaking up.
Yeah, there was a bit of breakup there. I think we're
So
having a
once I found, yeah. So maybe I should go to another area of my house. I think I can disconnect here, and you can hear me better.
okay.
Just a minute. So when a person who I've gotten started with a breeding bitch and help her learn how to breed and what to do, when she doesn't produce a certificate that is required, then it brings my name into it, because her dogs have my kennel name.
Right.
So when she didn't do that, I call her a rogue breeder, and I got after her for it. And she did produce the registration finally for this lady from that I said does the plants, that wants to give me plants.
Right.
So she now thinks I'm just wonderful because I got this certificate. Well, I was enraged with the rogue breeder. I was enraged. She actually yelled at me because she said, "You don't talk to me like that." I said, "Yes, I did, because my name is on those dogs, and you haven't provided what you need to do. You're going to be reprimanded by the Kennel Club." Anyway, I guess she pulled up her socks and
Well, and that's
produced.
important, right? Because it's your legacy.
Yeah.
Right. That's why breeders protect their line so much.
Yes.
Taking a step back for just a second, what is your kennel prefix? So everybody knows.
Chess.
Say that one more time. It broke up.
The game of chess. Chess.
Chest. Yes. And how did that come about?
Well, you may not know this, but when I was first having maybe the first 10 years, I had Scotties and Sealies,
Oh, wow. I did not know that.
Theliums, for quite a while. So at that point, I was looking for a kennel name. And of course, you know what we call this, what we are doing. It's the dog game.
Right. Oh, yes.
Oh, I was thinking chess is a game. It has black and it has white. And the more you learn about it, the more complicated it is, and the more moves you can make to make yourself a winner. It all seemed to be perfect to call it chess,
Yes.
like the game of chess. So thank you for asking that, because it was well thought out, and as
Yeah.
most people's kennel name is well thought out, and it'll be fun to read everyone's story about how they chose theirs.
Definitely. I'd love to hear how the kennel names came about or if they were passed on or it's the stories are all unique. So I think that's
Yeah, sometimes
definitely
it's
there.
sometimes it's the name of their children or their mother and
Mhm.
father put together, or their husband and wife, or their street they live on.
Right.
But I decided the white and the black were my little pawns, and I would be moving them and trying to be a winner.
I love that.
and
I love that.
and
Perfect.
not just a winner, but a producer of sound dogs. You
Mm-hmm.
know,
Mm-hmm.
yeah, you can be a winner and not have a sound dog on leash.
Oh, isn't that true? Isn't that
But
true?
I don't do that any at all because
Mm.
I'm more aware. I mean, I have done it probably and not been aware that the dog was, well, I've been aware that the dog was less than perfect. Most of them
Mhm.
but
Right.
yeah, just do your best with what you have and treat them kindly.
Yes, yes. Speaking of that, would you say what kind of shape would you say the Scottish Terrier breed is in? Do you think we're doing well? Do you think we're good? Do you think there's things that we should be very mindful of?
There always has been,
Mm-hmm.
but there'll always be changes, gradual changes. There always, that's what life is. It's change, and you don't have to accept it, but it makes life easier if you do.
Yeah.
you, you, as you get older,
Mm-hmm.
it is harder to change and it is harder to accept change. But the more that you can accept it, I think the better you'll be for it.
Right.
But as far as the dogs go, I mean, I've last year judged the rotating,
Mm-hmm.
and I was just amazed at some of the new people that had a grasp on grooming. I mean, I did. Oh, sorry.
Oh, you're fine.
No, but I was. It's telling me I'm low on power, so I
Okay.
have to plug it back in. So yeah, I complimented some of the people
Mm-hmm.
that I thought were new people. Maybe they weren't, but they took it well anyway. Most people do take a compliment,
Mm-hmm. Yes.
but that is what I thought was very good. Although I did judge a specialty in Texas quite a few years ago, and I was disappointed. Just a second. Disappointed in some of the breeders that I hadn't seen for a long time, for many, many years that I hadn't seen them because I'd already seen them. I had seen them at Montgomery County.
Mm-hmm.
And I saw things in their dogs that I didn't think was progressive. I thought they should have done better with, and it wasn't just one, it was two or three breeders. I was expecting better.
Mm-hmm.
Um, I think as a judge, it's important. It's important to know your standard,
Mm-hmm.
and you've met people, and I know people that have Scotties and don't even read the standard.
No, not at all.
They don't, and if they do read it, they don't apply it, or they don't. Um, when you belong to a book club, you read something and you analyze it.
Mm-hmm.
That is what you need to do with the Scottish standard and your dog.
Right. Mm-hmm.
Analyze it and apply it, and don't breed something that's not going to make the breed or the, the the breed better.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I mean, we've all made mistakes, but they aren't on purpose.
Right. Mm-hmm. Exactly. And that's
And
the art of it, right? Is the application.
that's right. That's right. The art of it. You got it.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. When somebody's, as you talked a little bit about already with the new individual that you're watching and her journey, clearly she's caught the bug, right? Um,
Yeah.
and she comes in as a groomer with some skills already, right? But she's now honing her craft, if you will. What do you
You mean
go ahead, sorry.
you mean the lady with the plants, or the young lady that I gave the bitch to?
The
I think we spoke.
the one that's placing in the groups.
Oh, yes. Okay, now go ahead with your question.
So for an individual like that, or anybody new getting into it and trying to find their first Scottie, but they know they want to show, or maybe they've had a pet quality Scottie and now they want to venture into this. What are some things you would recommend? Maybe books or how to meet a mentor or how to get involved?
Well, how to meet a mentor is not hard because but as long as I'm alive, I'm a mentor to anybody that has a Scottie and wants to, they can, come here tomorrow and we'll have a,
Right.
good talk about everything.
Mm-hmm.
I do talk a lot, but as far as my sitter that's placed in the group, she doesn't have the financial wherewithal to travel and show her dog. So she will show the dog and keep it in this area, but have fun with it. But I'm going to encourage her. She's actually, I've encouraged her already to try rally obedience.
Mm-hmm.
And she has got 2 legs on her rally novice.
That's exciting. Mm-hmm.
So yeah, that's good. But the other lady that has a male that has gotten the fourth in the group that I mentioned,
Mm-hmm.
with the plant, the lady with the plants, I'll call her the Russian lady because she is Russian.
Okay.
She has a male and he is okay, but he's not a great dog.
Mm-hmm.
So if she wants to, she hasn't talked to me about anything about going forward and becoming a breeder. But
Mm-hmm.
if she does, I'd be glad to help her select a breeder because I don't think I'm going to have any more litters.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's yeah, the bitch I'm showing now is 3,
Mm-hmm.
and she had a pio,
Oh yeah.
and we did the prostaglandins and Kate brought her through it, and she had a litter of 2.
Mm-hmm.
I chose a cesarean because I figured she wasn't going to have many, and we had 2, and one was they were both really disastrous pups. You
Mm.
know, they didn't. Well, the one is here at my house now, and he's an absolute character. I mean, he'd go to anybody. He's wonderful, and he plays with the cat. The cat plays with him, and he's going to make a nice pet. But he was 3.5 months before he even got on his feet.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
It was really, really bad, really bad.
He was the
I
summer.
I, I never thought he would. I never thought he'd walk. I actually ordered him a wheelchair,
Oh wow. Mm-hmm.
but I never took it out of the box because by the time it got here, it was 2 weeks and he was up on his feet.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, now he runs around, jumps on everything, and talks back.
True Scottie character, right? Well, and that's
But
the now that you bring that up, that's the part of breeding that's the reality for all of us, right? There are going to be so many hard lessons, right, that we have to learn.
hmm hmm
What would you say a lesson or lessons that you've learned throughout your breeding?
As far as the breeding, there is so much to it. Of course, it's not just the breeding, but I guess when I one of the first things I did in the at least in the first 5 years, I went to Cornell University for a week
Mm-hmm.
to learn kennel management
Oh well. Mm-hmm.
and uh, and yeah, kennel management in particular. Actually, we were at the university when they announced that they had a vaccine for uh, parvovirus.
Oh wow. Mm-hmm.
That's the first. That it's because they had, and everybody cheered and clapped because that was quite a while ago. A vaccine for parvovirus.
Mm-hmm.
I really don't know. I don't know that I can really answer that. It's
Maybe perseverance, resilience, just keep going.
well, you have to have stamina if you're going to be showing Scotties. I mean,
Mm-hmm.
you can have Scotties. You can, people that belong to the club just have Scotties and have them trimmed nicely or not. and do all kinds of things with their dogs or not. They might have just a companion dog and a Scottie dog that they just love to pieces.
Mm-hmm.
But if you're going to be showing a Scottie, you need to learn to groom it yourself. You really do need to learn to groom. That's part of the fun of it, I find.
Yeah.
Because you're creating a sculpture.
Mm-hmm.
You're taking that brick and you're making a picture.
Right.
And, you look at it and you look at it again and you look at it tomorrow and you move the dog down and back and take a little bit more off. And it's just, I love doing it. And you have to have stamina. You can't be afraid that after you have dinner, you're going to sit down and have a nice glass of wine. Get out there in the grooming room and groom for 2 hours.
Mm-hmm.
And then you're going to feel good and your
Right.
dog's going to look good too.
Mm-hmm.
And the dog forms a relationship with you.
Mm-hmm. Definitely.
Just sometimes they want to run away when you get your grooming apron on.
Right. Yes, they all know the signals, right?
Yes. If I have my open the back door, but I just have 3 dogs. I have 4 dogs, but the old dog is in a different area because she doesn't get along with one or the other. I can open that back door that comes into my grooming room, and there's 3 dogs. One is 8, one is 3, and one is 4 months. I open that door and they sit there, and I can call each one by name, and they will come in separately, and the others 2 just sit there, and then they are. I could do that when I had 5 or 6. I just call each one by name, and the others would sit there and wait. I thought that was. I never got a video of it, and it would have been. It was just so much of an entertainment to watch them sit there
Right.
and not move until I called them each
Wait their
individual.
turn.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you see those videos online or something sometimes where each of the dogs comes as they are called.
Yeah, that happened here.
Are they waiting or they're hoping you don't call them so they don't have to be groomed, right?
well, the oldest one, Nova, she sees my grooming jacket. No way is she going to come in.
Not volunteering. Right? When getting back to breeding a little bit, when choosing a stud dog or um, that next breeding, how do you base it
Yes.
on? Are you big pedigree reader? Are you looking at the 2 dogs that you have or the bitch that you have and evaluating her and then seeing what she needs?
Well, all of those. I'm not a big. I look at the pedigree, of course, but I'm in the flesh person. I want to see what the stud dog has produced.
Mhm.
It's nice to take a chance on a fresh young dog, but if you do that, you have to rely on the
Mhm.
paperwork. If you take a young dog that no one's used or someone used a couple times and you haven't seen the pups out yet,
Mhm.
but some of your true long-standing stud dogs are producing, and you see those in the show ring. That's
Mhm.
where you can go to your specialties and see the get of these dogs. And what really bugs me sometimes is people talking about their pup is out of this dog. Well, it's not out of that dog, it's by that
A
dog,
dog, yes.
and out of the bitch by
Right.
the dog. But
Definitely.
I've gotten so I'm a little bit more calm about that. I don't correct people. It used to angst me, but it doesn't anymore. But
Yeah.
but you know what I mean.
Oh, yes. It's the terminology that is all part of the education, right? And sometimes the lessons aren't being taught, so we can't necessarily
Yeah. So
correct
to
them.
get back to breeding a bitch,
Mhm.
um, well, to mentor somebody that's first starting out, I mean, they've got to have the dog for 2 or 3 years before they want to do some work with the dog before they think, or the bitch before they want to breed her.
Right.
But don't just breed and think you're going to get something out of the first litter.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, you might get something out of the first litter, but breed back. I'm a strong believer. Breed back into either the bitch line or the male line. Keep the offspring and breed it back into the line, and that's where you are possibly going to get a really super dog.
Mm-hmm.
Is to breeding back that next generation. So you go out, you use that dog, keep the next generation, or keep something from the next generation, and then breed that back into the line that you've come from, either your bitch or your dog.
Mm-hmm.
That's how I've done it.
Mm-hmm. Good. Okay.
I don't think I think I've only hired a handler once, and that's because I had two dogs, and we had winners with the dog and winners with the bitch, and that was at a Canadian show. And I just said to somebody, can you take this dog in or this bitch in for me? I'm here. Other than that, I've never hired a handler.
It's a good problem to have when you need more hands.
Yes.
What was one of your proudest moments?
Oh, I don't think it was even well, it was a big enough deal, but I had a dog I showed at Montgomery County, and he turned out to be too small, a Scottie,
Mm-hmm.
but he was well proportioned. It's just his size was too small. I never used him, but I took him to Montgomery. Do I even remember the dog's name? Oh, Sharpest Knife in the Drawer was his name. Sharpest Knife in the Drawer. And he was a character. I have pictures that people took, not of the dog. The dog was in the picture, but the people, the audience, the spectators were all looking at Sharp. And, and at times, I turn around because you have a big class at Montgomery. I turn around and he's on his back, and I started to laugh, and I turned around and he's on his back. You know how they do roll
Rolling
and
around.
rub their back.
Yeah.
Get up, yes. So then he won his class, 6 to 9 months,
Mm-hmm.
and then it was a lady judge. I forget who it was, but she said, "Okay, down and back with the 6 to 9."
Mm-hmm.
And when he went down and back, the spectators were shouting his name, and they were clapping in time, like Sharp, 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 and they were all clapping at the same time, like clap, clap,
Right.
clap. And the judge said to the dog, "All that is for you, little guy."
He had his
She
own
said that.
cheering squad.
And
Yes.
Sharp, 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 Sharp. People years later, 10 years later, whatever happened to Sharpie? You know, he was, so that was kind of a real fun day. And I think we did get, oh, that was the day we won the bred by class with Clever Scheme, I think it was. And Daryl, yeah, we won the bred by class with a bitch, and Daryl Heck won the bred by dog class. And I said to the judge, both these dogs are Canadian dogs. So that was kind of a very proud moment. But anyway, Sharpie got reserve winner's dog that day. But he was well supported by the crowd. So that was a really fun day, because it was so relaxed, because you got a 6 to 9 puppy dog. Come on,
Right.
But he was a high brindle dog.
Mm-hmm.
High brindle dog. And yeah, it was fun.
Very fun. Did he go on to do to continue to roll around like that?
Oh yeah, he was just a character, but he never grew big enough, so he just went to a lovely home.
Mm-hmm.
But he gave me a good time when I was, he I probably could use him, but I like to use a better dog. I
Mm-hmm.
mean, he was a well-made dog, but he was too small.
Just very moderate. Yeah, very small. Yep.
Yeah.
I love that story. That's very cute. All of their characteristics and their personality, right? They always manage to come out when you least expected.
Yes, I could send you a short video of this dog. I call him Thunder, that
Mm-hmm.
couldn't walk and walks now.
Mm-hmm.
He's sitting at my feet in the porch, and I took a video of him because he's sitting there looking at me, and I said, "So you're the talkative one." So he goes, "Bark." Then I kept talking to him, and every time I said something to him, he talked back. And I said, "Now, why are you running around like that? He'd run around, and then he'd come and sit there and bark at me. So I just put it, I think I put it on my Facebook page. This is entertainment.
He's a talker.
Yeah. Talker and a doer. Yeah.
Very cute.
Grab a hold of my rubber boot out there and
Oh,
shake the heck out of it.
yeah. Too cute. They keep us on our toes, that's for sure. That's for sure.
Yeah.
As we head towards that time of year into Montgomery, what do you think? You went into this a little bit earlier. What do you think Montgomery County represents to a preservation breeder or exhibitor, or just the national in general?
You want to know the
You,
what it means to me?
yeah. What do you think it means to you for a breeder or exhibitor? You know, is it the culmination of your work? You know.
Oh, partly, but it's partly getting together and seeing what other people have done with their time and with their dogs. I just love looking at all the dogs and how the people have presented them, and getting together with friends and people that I haven't seen since last Montgomery County.
Yeah.
That's a big thing. I'm still up in the air whether I'm going to go. And the thing is, I think I've only ever gone in the past 25 years. I've only gone with one person once. Other than that, I go by myself. There's just nobody. There's just nobody here to go with in my area.
Yeah.
So it's a. I mean, to most Scottie longtime breeders, the distance is nothing. You know, some of them people they probably you fly, right?
Right. Sometimes, yeah.
But
Yeah.
driving for 7, 8 or 8 hours is a little more challenging than it used to be.
Yes, it is.
So got to make up my mind maybe tonight, call and see if I can get a hotel.
Yeah, it's getting close, definitely.
So yeah, I think it's important to me to not only place in a class and hopefully win a class, but to have what I've been working to produce be seen, recognized, and possibly admired. Possibly we discuss something. I remember one year was I said to a longtime exhibitor, I won't say the name, but I'm very pleased, to say this, that I said to this person, could you come over here a minute and feel this dog's coat? I mean, my dog. Um, I have never in all my years had a coat like this. It is just a weird feeling. She said, oh, very interesting. Come over. Come over to her. Her dog had exactly the same coat.
Oh, wow.
And in my 50 years, I've never ever come across as a judge or as a breeder a coat like that. It was like an Airedale coat, almost like crispy, crinkly, a little bit wrinkly. But from the side, it was a nice outline. But to touch it, it was a nightmare to try to prepare.
A new
And
challenge.
I have since seen that dog again of hers because I judged it, and it was said, oh, here it is again.
Right.
Yeah.
Yes. And so what did the two of you decide to do, or how did you figure it out, or did you discuss at all what to do with the coat?
Oh, just keep grooming the way we were grooming. Like it was just that it feels different. It gets a nice enough outline, but when you're up close, it's worrying when you're up close. But when you get back, and it's got the proper texture. It's just that it's weird.
Right.
I haven't seen it since, and they don't seem to have a problem with it. It's not a problem unless it makes a bad outline.
Right. Right. Yeah. And like you said, it had the right texture, so that met the
Yeah.
mark.
Oh yeah, it had definitely it had very coarse texture. That was the thing.
Right.
Very, very coarse.
Mm-hmm.
The coarsest dog I've ever touched was a Westie. It was like each hair seemed like it was almost as big around as a toothpick. I can't believe it was just like a board on the dog.
Oh. Mm-hmm.
I've never seen one since like that, but it was a Westie.
Mm-hmm. Interesting.
It,
Interesting.
yeah, yeah.
Um, as we come to a close in the end of the interview, is there anything else you wish us to know about you or your Scotties or your journey or any recommendations for individuals?
Just make sure that when you're placing puppies, you interview the people so well that they almost like they're part of your family before they get a puppy.
Mm-hmm.
Make them know that it's a precious thing that they're getting a part of their life, part of what you've been striving for to be able to hand over a well-adjusted, healthy puppy.
Mm-hmm.
And for people that are breeding, just don't lose heart if you don't win time after time, because there's reasons for that. You can improve, and you maybe you don't have the best dog, but you can make it look a little better.
Mm-hmm.
And heck, if you want to keep the dog and you love it so much you can't part with it, take it to rally, take it to a barn hunt. Have fun with your dog,
Mm-hmm.
or have fun with your dogs. How many you got here? I got a 9-year-old here, or 10-year-old lying here waiting for her dinner.
Oh, yes.
She's aimed in my direction. I know it's coming.
Just giving you the stare.
Yeah.
Well, those are great words of advice. I really appreciate your time, and it was lovely to get to know you more. And thank you for sharing with those that will watch this.
Well, thank you for your time, because this is a lot of work you're putting into this, Danica.
It
Uh,
is. It's I think we really need to do it though to make sure that we help to get make the community smaller, right? As in bring each of us to others, right? And your knowledge and everybody's knowledge we can get in this video, and the interviews, right? So these days it's
well,
harder to travel and easier to travel at the same bit, but it's costly and challenging. And like you said, Montgomery County is awesome because it's like our annual pilgrimage and convention where we get to gather and talk and be festive and everything and share our stories and trials and tribulations. But we also get to, I want to make sure that people have this stuff at their fingertips.
well, I've had many litters and I've had a lot of things to deal with in those litters because I've had many, many years of experience. If anybody can find my number in the roster, they've
Mm-hmm.
got to hunt a little bit for it, however, because it's been put at the end of the line there in the roster. People that are doing the next one, please recognize the foreign people and put contacts and anything that I can help anybody with.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I have people that I've groomed their dogs for years, and they'll call me. A lady called me just last week. My dog's licking his paw all the time, and then what can I do? I said, if there's nothing wrong with it, get some bitter apple and spray it on there.
Mm-hmm.
Little things, or
Right.
something to do with the teeth. I can explain what you could do with the teeth.
Definitely.
There's just there's so many things that I can help people with if they just call. And if I don't know, I can give you somebody that does know.
And that's amazing. And what a thing, right? So everybody out there, you know the roster. She said she's willing to take the call and give you the information. And you are up front as well. You're under honorary members as well. So your number's right up in the front of the book. Not just in the international numbers. So we appreciate that. We need to make sure that we pass it on, right? I'm all about paying it forward.
Yeah,
Mhm. Well, you have a lovely evening, and I look forward to hopefully seeing you at Montgomery.
you as well.
Okay, cheers.
Good night. Cheers.